Hello everyone and welcome. Get ready for a story that is going to absolutely inspire you. It's all about a mother, her daughter, and an incredible journey that completely changes how we think about learning a language. Seriously, it shows how dedication and a little imagination can unlock a potential in our kids we might not even know is there. Let's get into it.
You know, this one simple idea is really the heart of the whole story. It's beautiful, right? It pictures language not as some boring subject in school, but as a garden, something you have to nurture and care for. And guess who the most important gardener is? Yep, the parent. This single idea was the seed for everything that followed.
So our story kicks off where a lot of great stories do, with a really big challenge. It all started with one mother, late at night, trying to find a way to give her daughter a gift she never had herself. And honestly, the odds were completely stacked against her.
Let's paint a picture here. We're talking 20 years ago. A mother in Japan who doesn't speak English wants her daughter to learn. But back then, there were no easy-to-use apps, no YouTube channels with endless kids shows, basically no free resources. She was starting from absolute zero, with her own language barrier to deal with.
I mean, really, what could she do? It's the kind of question that would make most of us just give up. She didn't have money for expensive international schools, and she didn't have the language background herself. Where do you even start? It felt pretty much impossible.
But here's where things get interesting. This mother had this incredible insight. She realized the secret wasn't in textbooks or grammar lessons. It was all about the environment. So she spent countless hours, way after her daughter was asleep, just digging through the early internet. She wasn't looking for flashcards. She was looking for pieces of a world. She'd find English nursery rhymes to play at breakfast, hunt down cartoons with subtitles for the afternoon. She was building an imaginary English-speaking world right inside their home.
And out of all those late nights of research, this powerful new idea started to form. A core principle, really, that became her North Star for everything she did from then on.
She ended up calling it imaginative imitation. And the key here is that it wasn't about formal teaching at all. Nope, it was about creating a simulation. The goal was to just surround her daughter with the sounds, the stories, the entire rhythm of the English language, so it would become a totally natural part of her world, just like it is for a kid born in an English-speaking country.
And this, right here, this is the secret sauce. She insists she did nothing special. There were no fancy, secret techniques, no expensive tutors. Her only special ingredient was just being incredibly consistent. She focused on one thing, and one thing only, building that environment, and that, it turns out, made all the difference.
Okay, so what happens when you take this simple idea and just stick with it day in and day out for years? Well, the results were, and I'm not exaggerating here, completely unbelievable.
Just look at this. My 6th grade, her daughter passes the highest level of Japan's toughest English exam. Okay, amazing. But then, 2 years later, she hits a level in Russian where she can discuss specialized topics. By 9th grade, she aces the highest possible level of the Chinese exam for non-natives. I mean, come on, that is just staggering.
And to really get how wild this is, you have to understand these aren't just good test scores. People who spend 4 years getting a university degree in these languages are the ones who try for these qualifications. These are literally the highest peaks you can climb as a non-native speaker. And she did it all as a middle schooler.
Now, the first thing everyone thinks when they hear this is, wow, that kid must be a genius, right? It's the simple answer. But her mother knew the real reason, and her truth is so much more powerful and, frankly, more useful for the rest of us.
This is the absolute core of the whole story. On one hand, you have the common assumption. She was just born with a special talent, a genius. But the mother's truth? It was the environment she so carefully built. It wasn't some miracle. That environment is what developed her daughter's English ear and English brain, which created this incredible foundation that made learning other languages seem easy. It was all nurture over nature.
The mother has this really powerful way of explaining it. She tells this story about a blind child who becomes a world-class pianist. She says that child didn't get there because of some fancy, expensive music school. They got there because their mother was desperately thinking, what can I do to help? And then just poured everything she had into giving that child the best support possible.
And this is the belief she lives by, learned over 20 long years. A child's potential isn't some fixed thing they're born with. It's more like an expanding universe. And a parent's effort is the force that pushes its boundaries further and further out. It's such an empowering message for any parent out there. This whole personal journey, this amazing discovery, it wasn't something she could just keep to herself. It sparked a mission to share everything she'd learned with the entire world.
And that's why she created the platform Language Seeds. The motivation behind it is so simple and so powerful. Every single child deserves the same chance to succeed, no matter how much money their family has. She wanted to take the lessons she learned from all those lonely, late-night searches and just make them available to everybody.
So the goal of the platform is really to help parents see what she saw. First, to realize that their own child has this incredible natural talent for language just waiting inside them. Then, to give them the tools to nurture that talent. And finally, to just sit back and watch that talent blossom.
Which brings us right back to where we started, with that beautiful idea of the garden. This story really proves that a child's mind is this incredibly fertile ground. And a parent's love, their effort, their focus, that's the seeds, the water, and the sunshine. So it leaves us all with a pretty big question to think about. What amazing things are just waiting to grow?